don't know what that's about.
That's the plane.
I hope so.
It's all happening on this trip. We've came on jets so far. Second flight of the day is going to be a wee puddle jumper. It was a killer start this morning.
It was early.
Maybe have a refreshment because it has been a long day.
Lovely hotel. Room is a bit warm. People always say, who picks ambiente? Geeking out at the hotel earlier. Then this is like Disneyland.
Tilt and turn, Internorm window, triple glazed, over 30 years old, still performing perfectly. Shows that it's not a fad.
Like, I'm actually like hitting myself right now because I've never operated that before, and I'm thinking, wow, if I've done this wrong and it falls out in Internorm HQ, not a good look for me. At no point did we think anything about it. It wasn't until we were sat on the runway. And
Frankfurt's a big airport.
Frankfurt Airport is huge, and you have to go through passport control. We arrived at Terminal A, we had to get to Terminal B. Terminal B it's got like 68 gates or something. That just gives you an idea of scale. Anyway.
Good morning. Well, to be honest, I don't know whether to say good morning or good night. It is just coming up for 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've parked the car at the airport, navigating the stones, and we are heading to Austria. We didn't really let on much about this trip. It's been a couple of weeks in the planning, well, about a month in the planning, and yeah, we're heading to Internorm today, not on a big partner trip like we usually do with lots of other dealers, just myself and Steph, to go and speak to one of the head technical guys about product innovation, some of the things that we're doing and some of the things that we need help with. So we thought we'd take you along. We're using a slightly different setup. We don't have the DJI gimbal camera. We've got a action camera because it's a bit easier to carry around and take out your pocket and stuff like that. So as you can see, it's pretty cold. Steph should be at the airport by now. We should get there about the same time, so just got to navigate security. Flight is at 6:15, so should have time to get through the airport and maybe grab a coffee, a bottle of water, and head for the first leg of the trip. And I'll explain a wee bit more about that once we get through security. Hello from Frankfurt. We have, in traditional German style, just devoured some bratwurst. It's lovely for breakfast. And yeah, we've got a 2-hour, Steph's on the mezzo mix, when in Germany and Austria, you know. So we've got a layover here for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And then we leave here and fly to Linz. About another 2-hour flight from here to Linz to navigate, and then that's us. We can kind of chillax for the rest of the day. It was a killer start this morning.
It was early. It was certainly early, but you know, we've got to get here. Unfortunately, there wasn't any direct flights, so sometimes you just have to
slum it, eh?
The jet have to get up early and get on the flight.
The jet wasn't ready, so you know.
It's an issue refueling.
Refueling, aye.
Tariffs.
Yeah. So tariffs. Hey, what are you gonna do? Eh? So now we've got a bit of time here, so we're just gonna chill for a bit, and we'll probably touch base when we get to Linz. We're going over here to go and meet Vern, who is head of technical product development for Internorm. We need a little bit of his ingenuity and assistance with some of the stuff that we're doing specifically for the VR suite in the showroom, and he's got some things that he wants to share with us in terms of new innovations and products and stuff like that as well. So we're going to get a catch up with him. As well as that, we're going to go and see Europe's largest Internorm dealer, just for nothing else than to be nosy and see how they do, how their operation runs on a massive scale. So that'll be good. Take you along to that, let you see it as well.
It'll be interesting. These guys have done it for years and they're one of the best in the game. So
yeah,
if you have the opportunity to go and see something like that, see just even the simple things in terms of how they greet us at the door, how it's laid out, what it looks like.
Supposedly it's a monster showroom.
Yeah,
it's
and
huge.
I've seen some pictures. I think they've got a 3D tour. I think they looked very briefly, so it does look big.
Yeah.
So, interesting to see if we can take elements of it, distill it down, and use it in our business.
Yeah.
So it'd be good. Yeah, it's
That's
an
quite
interesting
fun.
trip.
Going to do that, and then we've got a meeting with European marketing as well. More on that later on. There's a lot happening at the moment in the background, but yeah, we've got that as well. So we're going to bring you along on this trip. This one's all business, all work. So there'll be a few beers, more than a few beers, because that's what they do over here.
When we get to that hotel, I'm getting a beer.
I'm getting a beer. I need a beer. You'll see the head offices of the IFN group, which owns Internorm. So yeah, no, it's going to be good. In the meantime, just need to get some shut eye on this next flight, because 1 hour's sleep just is not enough. That's how you on there? That's good. How are you feeling about jumping on the old turboprop there, Steph?
Could be good. If that's our plane. I don't know that that's our plane.
That's the plane.
I hope so.
It's all happening on this trip. We've came on jets so far. Second flight of the day is going to be a wee puddle jumper over to Austria. Travel coordinator.
Hotel Almpallerhof.
So, almost 10 hours after leaving the house, we have arrived in Austria. It's not as not as warm as it was in Germany, but we're here, and we've now just got to find our way to the hotel that we've booked. Could be like Hills Have Eyes hostel style, I'm not sure. Steph booked it, he's travel coordinator on this trip. So we're just going to grab a taxi, head to the hotel, maybe have a refreshment because it has been a long day.
It's got a sauna.
It's got a sauna.
How can it be bad?
Yeah.
And it had what looked like a lovely little Austrian bar, which is stop number 1.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So that's the battle plan. We're going to try and get a taxi now, and we'll see you at the Almpallerhof. So, almost 10 hours after getting up this morning, we have arrived in Austria at the hotel. typically Austrian styled. Panned round. So we're just going to get a quick shower, get changed, and I think later tonight we're heading into Linz, which is the kind of big city. So we'll do that and we'll catch up with you in the morning. Good morning. Start of our proper first day in Austria. Had a lovely breakfast there just now in the hotel. Just waiting on Steph, he's way up to get his bag and stuff. And today we are heading over to the factory and the head office for a full day of meetings. To look at some marketing stuff, also to look over some of the VR elements that we're working on that we need some assistance with Internorm. So we're meeting some of their technical guys today to discuss that, and then we're also going to be taking a trip over to Internorm's biggest dealer in Austria, which is a company called Grabman. They are a huge business, obviously the biggest one in Austria, so they probably do 100 times more windows and projects than we do. So it'll be really good to kind of go over and have a look at their operation and see how they do it and what they do, and if there's anything that we can learn from it. Obviously these guys have been doing it for almost 30 years, a lot longer than we have. And yeah, that's the battle plan for today. We'll kind of take you along, give you a wee glimpse of some footage in and around the offices. Obviously we can't film meetings for obvious reasons, but we'll see how we get on, and we'll bring you along for the journey. But what a beautiful day it is in Austria. Steph, just waking up there. He's had his breakfast, had his eggs.
Lovely hotel. Room is a bit warm, but generally, absolutely stunning morning in Austria. It's lovely to soak it all up. It's quite nostalgic.
Yep.
Every time you come back, I love being over here. So yeah, it's nice. Looking forward to an exciting day.
Being the sad bastards that we are, the first time we clocked this morning at breakfast was that obviously every window here is Internorm.
You can actually, it might be hard to pick up, but you can see the little badge reflecting on the sun hitting it.
The same with these ones here.
Oh, are they? Yeah. You can see that little badge. People always say, who picks Ambiente? Here we go.
There we go. But the other thing is, these ones over here, so these three at the bottom of that one, they must be like easily 30-year-old. There's no aluminium on them.
We had a chat about it at breakfast because the internal profile, the glazing bead is screwed.
Yeah.
But also just the look of it and how thin it is. It's definitely an older.
Yeah, there's no aluminium on it. But that's just us being sad bastards. We come away to a beautiful country and we end up looking at the windows because that's what we do. But however, here every single window that you look at is an Internorm window, whereas back home, somewhat of a rarity. Anyway, we're waiting on our lift.
Even for as old as they are, all the top ones, just the way you can see the sun hits it there, all the top ones, I don't know if they've come back and put that on, but they all have external
Shading.
blinds, shading, on there.
But anyway, we're waiting on our lift. We're about to head over to the factory, and we'll catch up with you a wee bit later on in the day. Arrivederci. So we are currently at Grabman in Austria, who are Austria's biggest Internorm dealer, having a look around our stunning showroom. Been brought here just to get an idea of how the Austrians do it, and what a setup they've got. It's fantastic. Lots of doors, the way they display stuff looks unreal.
If you thought we were geeking out at the hotel earlier, then this is like Disneyland.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, these trips and facilities like this, we do this type of stuff during the year for partner events and those types of things. It's the same. It's the same experience. It's just nice to come to a place that are in another country, a country that has been doing it for a bit longer, and just see what their setup is.
The stuff they've got is done it to a high standard. Bear in mind, this isn't Internorm. This is an actual private company like us, but the way they display stuff is super cool. Really smart. It's one of the big things that we want to do is more construction details. This is the way they do construction details over here. Not drawings, physical, real life examples. Sill details. Granite. Proper European style sills. They do this quite a lot with the granite finish and the marble on the inside. Details are leaps and bounds ahead of the UK. Really, really impressive. Awesome. Really cool. Good morning. It is the final day. We are leaving Austria today and we're heading back to the factory. First thing this morning, we've got another full day of meetings. However, when I was packing up the room, I thought, I'll just show you this. So obviously, as we've said before, like, you know, Internorm has been around for over 90 years now, but triple glazing has been around for almost 30 years, and in our hotel room there is this. So this here is, this window must be at least 30 years old, and I think if I can look at the coding on it, probably early 90s. And if you look in here, it's triple glazed. And the window, aluminium clad, triple glazed. You can see the old Internorm sticker on the bottom there. It still has the 3 seals. So 1, 2, third one on the inside. And it still works absolutely brilliantly. So when it's in 6, it's locked, 12, tilt, and this one has the integrated blinds on it. How cool is that? They work slightly different. People had a lot more time back in the day. But yeah, exposed gearing. Obviously it's starting to look a wee bit tired now, coming of its age, but tilt and turn, Internorm window, triple glazed, over 30 years old, still performing perfectly, shows that it's not a fad. And this is just in a hotel, and if you look straight across from this hotel into the building across the road, all those windows are Internorm as well. Then if you look at the building to the left hand side, I don't know what that is, old office or something like that, they're all Internorm too. So yeah, just thought I'd give you some context as to the age and durability of the product. So I'm heading down for breakfast. I'm late. I said I'd be down there 15 minutes ago, but I didn't pack last night. I packed this morning. But we are sorted, ready to go. we'll catch up with you later on.
As you know, we're in Austria. We are at Internorm HQ, and we thought that lots of people might not have seen this, so it's quite busy, lots of traffic. You know, it's a busy place. It's the hub of all Internorm activity. So we just thought we'd kind of show you the building and just give a general overview. This is where we've been for the last 2 days, having the time of our lives. IFN Group is the main organisation with which Internorm sits inside. So this company own multiple companies like Internorm that all work together. So if you get an Internorm product and it has blinds, the external kind of shutters, or the raft store blinds, these are integrated into the Internorm product via one of the other companies in the group. So it's a way in which they all come together and work together.
Come inside.
Inside we go. We've got a number of different products on display. So Internorm HF520. This is the unit that looks like it's fixed, but it's openable. So from the outside it's one frame rather. Doesn't look like there's a sash, but when you open it, this comes away. So really nice if you want to, if you've got fixed windows and you don't want that difference between an opening sash and a fixed sash, but also if you just want a really clean look, because same benefit on this compared to all the Internorm products is that we can bring the finishes, the external finishes, over this frame, so you can make it look really crisp and clean like a fixed unit, and then you can open it. So awesome.
From the newest window to the oldest window.
The oldest window, yeah. And if I'm honest, I don't know a lot about it, but this is the original window, 50 years old, from 1966.
First PVC tilt and turn.
Wow. And so I had a wee play with it, but yeah, there you go, to open. And actually, I think you did a wee bit in the hotel, Mark, because the hotel, we did a bit on that yesterday as well, had probably 30-year-old windows.
Yeah.
50 years old this. The other ones were about 30. But even if you look at the handle, the handle is literally just up and down, and that's what operates the mechanism. And then to tilt, I'm assuming that it's the crank handle, and then it tilts. And I'm actually hitting myself right now, because I've never operated that before, and I'm thinking, wow, if I've done this wrong and it falls out in Internorm HQ, not a good look for me. But there you go. So the crank handle down, window shut. 50 years old, still working like an absolute dream. Fully serviced canteen, absolutely awesome lunch. We had cordon bleu today. Delicious, They've got all coffee machines, water, fizzy water, just a lap of luxury.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Lots of ideas to bring back to the cowshed.
We've had a phenomenal couple of days.
Yeah.
I mean, to go behind the scenes, not a lot of people get to do this. We've been fortunate enough to have an amazing host and show us a lot of the stuff, new stuff with marketing, technical development.
Exactly. Coming on the partner tour is one thing, but it's very structured, and you see what they want you to see. It has to be structured, of course it is. But you see what they want you to see, and you're guided through it. This was a wee bit more open format, free flowing. We had an element of control. It's a conversation, and we're trying to provide the best possible service we can provide to our clients, and not necessarily solve problems, but really mitigate problems before they even come up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at.
It's been a superb couple of days. We're loaded to the hilt now with information and conversations that we've had, and we're going to pack up, head for a coffee.
We're going to go into Linz and
Yep.
see. The last couple of days we've been at this place. It's still in Linz, but it's just on the outside. It's the biggest shopping centre in Austria called Plus City.
Yep.
You'll have seen some of the highlights of that on our Instagram and social pages. If
Steph won the bowling, okay.
Steph won the bowling.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
do you know, like, I think a couple of sharks basically are like giving it away. But that was really nice. The Plus City and different things. And now we're going to have a wee look in Linz city centre just to get a feel for that. So
Get a small feel.
Perfect end to the trip, really.
Be a good end to the trip. It's been superb to be hosted by the guys at Internorm. We're going to have a wee quick look at Service Centre just to see what's behind the scenes there, and we'll catch up with you probably when we're at the airport where we start this 2-flight home. So yeah.
It's been a big day for the company.
Big day for the company.
Like and subscribe.
Yep. Catch you on the other side. We are currently sat in Linz Airport, about to start what is going to be a really, really long ass journey home. It's currently 6:25 and our flight is in an hour. We fly from Linz to Frankfurt and then Frankfurt to Edinburgh. We've got an hour layover. Hour and a half layover in Frankfurt before we head to Edinburgh. But yeah, pretty tired. It's been a long couple of days, but mega worth the trip. Really good to catch up with the guys at Internorm. Good to kind of see a wee bit behind the Iron Curtain in terms of some of the new innovations and stuff that they've got coming up. Showing them some of our ideas that we've got that we need some assistance with, and they're more than happy to help, which is always great when you're working with Europe's biggest glazing manufacturer, that they're willing to help little guys like us. Steph's feeling the pain after the small pillows.
One big pillow.
One big pillow.
And that's the problem. One big pillow. And even we asked the people we were with, no conclusive answer on why it's the case. But only about, 7 hours to go until we get home, and then I can relax in my own bed. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Be good.
It's good being away, but it's as they say, it's always good getting home. Big day for the company tomorrow. We get a photocopier and a printer. I'm actually really excited about it. No doubt we'll show you that and cap off the week. Next week, Steph is on holiday, so it'll be me and Lisa.
We're taking the kids to Legoland, so I don't know how much of a holiday it's going to be, but they'll hopefully have fun.
Steph likes Lego. I mean, that's what it'll be alright once you're there. Back to the grind, site visits, quotations, hopefully some landscaping getting done outside the cowshed.
The spring push.
The spring push. And then the next trip is end of this month, we're heading to Birmingham.
So we're going to the FIT show, and it's a pretty big deal in the UK fenestration industry. Lots of stuff to see there, so I'm really super excited about that. It's going to be a good trip and lots of stuff to show.
We're meeting a lot of the suppliers, some of the guys that we've met over here this week. Some of them might be there, but a lot of our suppliers, most of them, to be honest, Q4, Daco and Internorm will all be exhibiting at the FIT show. So yeah, we're going to go and see that, as well as see what else is kind of happening in the market. Some other products maybe, innovations.
Glazing related stuff, maybe installation things, sills, just see what's new.
Yeah. So we've got that to gear up for, and then after that, the next big thing we've got on the cards is Home Building Renovating Show in Glasgow. So yeah, we're got a busy few weeks coming up, but it's all good, it's all exciting, and yeah, we'll probably catch up with you tomorrow because battery's at 14% on this, and I quite fancy getting a sleep on the plane, to be brutally honest. Obviously I'll get a sleep in the plane because Dave will take a picture of it. That's what he does.
Check the socials for the updates and like and subscribe.
We'll catch up with you tomorrow when we're back in the cowshed. Hello. Bonus feature. You last seen us in Linz at the airport. momentous day for the company.
It's a big day for the company. However, the bit that you never saw, we should have filmed something, but we never, we couldn't even talk, was
I still can't. I'm still out of breath.
when the plane from Linz to Frankfurt left 45 minutes late. At no point did we think anything about it. It wasn't until we were sat on the runway in Frankfurt waiting for the bus to come and pick us up to take us to the terminal, which was 15 minutes late, that we were like, do you know what? We've only got 20 minutes to get this connecting flight. And
Frankfurt's a big airport.
Frankfurt airport is huge. And you have to go through passport control, and you have to, we arrived at Terminal A, we had to get to Terminal B. Terminal B is it's got 68 gates or something. That just gives you an idea of scale. Anyway, long story long, we made it, but it was brutal. Running full pelt. Mark twisted his ankle. We were pushing people. It was bad. It was bad. It was a big day for the company.
It was like the scene at Home Alone. You see where they're all running for the plane.
100%
it was like the scene from Home Alone. Anyway, we're both here. We made it back to the cowshed. We've been in the office all day today, catching up with emails and finance stuff and invoicing and orders, because Steph finishes up this evening. All right, so we forget this because we're using the non-steady
handy cam.
Steph finishes up tonight for a week's break, so there's a lot of stuff that he needs to pass over to me so that I can take care of. However, that aside, look at this. Colour coded to go with the branding. Fancy, all singing, all dancing, photocopier. Motion activated. Yeah. State of the art. It's got PIR, state of the art. Whilst a photocopier in an office might not seem like a huge thing.
As excited about this as the coffee machine.
Yeah, for 6 months we haven't printed a single document. Now that is probably quite an accolade in that, we're saving paper and the environment and stuff. But see, being able to scan drawings and print stuff out and take measurements and overmark things.
Go back and forth.
The possibilities are endless. So anyway, we thought we'd just introduce you to the newest member of the team. He will be, or she will be, working next to Lisa over here.
Aye.
Just pure coincidence that it's company grey and black.
It's tight. We couldn't, if we had looked at a brochure and picked, we couldn't have got a better colour.
Aye. We can tell we're pretty excited about this. It's been the highlight of the day, just scanning stuff for the fun of it. Because it can deal with that and it can email it to you and everything. It's the future, touch screen. Now we just need signs on the outside of the building, and we'll be great. Anyway, we'll catch up with you next week, or I will. Steph will be out of Comunicado for a week.
Legoland.
So it'll be me and Lisa next week. A week in the office, to be honest with you, catching up. Got some marketing stuff to look over, and lots to get planned out and sorted. Behind the scenes stuff. So we'll catch you then. Have a great weekend. Catch you later.